Do you want to share a little more about how the Qigong voyage started and what happened as a result?
Yes, so 2020 came along in January, and I had this voice in my ear that told me, go and check out Qigong. And that little voice came from a time when my mother was actually going through a health crisis, and she went to a center, a wellness center, and they taught them to do qigong. My mom is usually not so much into these things, but she said, like, Jessica, that is the best thing I've ever done. But I have to say that was like 4 years before that voice came back into my ear. And in January 2020, it was so strong. I went on the internet, I went on YouTube, I typed in qigong, and then bloop, my teacher, Marisa Cranfill, came up from YOQI. And I done one of her flows and I was lit up. I was so, I don't know, I felt it in my body, but it wasn't only in my body, I felt it in my spirit. I said, this is the strangest thing I've ever done, but it's like I'm floating on air. That's how I felt. And I'm so grateful to Marisa that she opened that door for me.
And what did you notice as a result of practicing in terms of the benefits of the body?
Yeah. So what I've come to experience is that Qigong isn't just movement. Some people think, oh, I'm doing Qigong, I'm moving my body, doing these exercises, and especially Qigong flow is about aligning your body to heaven and earth, to the energies, and to actually work with energy and to transform your own energy from one state of being into another state of being. For example, let's say you haven't had a good day and you feel like really blah. And I don't know, something happened to you. Your mind is full of thoughts. Our mind and body are connected. So when our mind is really tense and we have all these thoughts, we feel it eventually in our body because the body tenses up and creates blockages when energy cannot flow anymore. And then eventually we don't feel good at all anymore, even in our body. And so what Qigong really does is like we learn to, when we're in that state, in one state of energy, we can completely transmute it and refine that energy by going through different phases. And this is where Marissa done such an amazing job of making this understandable for the Westerner, because she came up with the 6 phases of Qigong flow, where you, first of all, attune to the energies, just attune to heaven and earth. Go into Wuji posture and align the body and your mind. Just be present again. And then from presence, we come into movement and we begin to move our body with intention. And the next phase from attune is purge. And you begin to purge your body on a physical level, but also on an emotion, energetic level. And I really like that part because who doesn't have stuff to purge? We all have stuff to purge, just stuck energy. And then we come into the next phase where we tonify the energy. Tonification is like where we really strengthen the energy, especially our kidney energy, which is connected to our life force energy. And from there, we come into the grow phase. So now we have good energy that we can begin to grow and make it strong. And from the strong energy, we begin to circulate. That's the next phase, circulation flow, where we have this refined energy. And now you're circulating it through the meridians, through the energy pathways, through the body. And it just feels so harmonic to do these movements. It's like you're bringing your body, the physical body, and your energetic body or your spirit together. You unify it. And in the end, that's the 6th phase. You integrate everything you've done with the integration flows. And afterwards, you just feel you shift it. You shifted actually your timeline. You're like on a higher timeline because you shifted your energetic and emotional body as well as your physical body.
The word that comes to mind as you were speaking is just this whole alchemical process. It's like the art of
Yes.
alchemy through presence and movement. Yeah.
Yeah. Qigong is energy alchemy. And that's what we learn in the YOQI system, is to transform the energy, to alchemize the energy.
Okay, there you go.